And we're live!
Yes, we are. So,
Oh,
hi, Bruce.
Squeeze in a little bit. And
Sorry, I got something between my legs.
Woo!
Yes.
You can come an inch this way. All right.
Hi, and welcome back to Drink This. Bruce, nice to see you.
Nice to be seen.
And our guest host tonight is Dean Clark.
Guest host?
He's hosting or toasting.
Okay,
So our guest,
I'm more toasting.
our guest toast.
Our guest
Our
host.
guest toast.
Yeah, guest toast.
So that's what I said. I didn't enunciate.
Yes.
So, welcome, Dean. Great to have you.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Third time.
Yeah. I think I get a free bottle or something.
Or yeah.
Or three
Three
glasses.
Yeah, excellent.
What are we drinking today, Ron?
Dean was our guest, so he chose some fine Barolos.
Yeah, I mentioned that to my dad this afternoon. You know what he said? And this will give you an idea for those who don't know
He
Barolo.
said, "You can't have my bottles."
No, he just said, "Ooh, Barolo, big time."
Well, Barolo is definitely big time.
Barolo, an Italian, northern Italian wine. Barolo is known as the king of wines and the wine of kings. So you want
Interesting
to?
fact.
That explains why it costs more money.
Yes.
And also very noble wine.
Do you want to fill in our fans quickly on what Barolo offers?
Barolo offers a lot of punch.
Yumminess.
Definitely. I mean, the Nebbiolo grape, which I can't speak for yours, but the wine I brought is 100% Nebbiolo.
I think all Barolo is 100% Nebbiolo.
I believe so, but I think there may be some tweaks to them. But
I think actually, if they try, they get executed.
ooh, that's
So they
painful.
don't play games.
Okay, so no game playing. Yeah, so basically a very nice, rich wine. A lot of very earthy tones. A lot of earthy plumness, dark fruits, leathers. Very little vanilla, but sometimes a little flowery.
Feel free to disagree once we get into tasting them.
I'm just, I'm just setting the bar right now.
We haven't tasted any of these wines yet. Usually
we have not.
Usually we taste the wines before we start filming, but we're going in blind on these guys. And so Nebbiolo, I should just mention quickly Barolo, for those who don't know. Barolo is it's a small town in northwestern Italy, in Piedmonte. But Barolo is also a wine growing region, broken up into, I think, is it 7 or 10?
I thought it was 8.
Different regions. But Barolo itself is fairly small anyways. It's near Asti.
Yeah.
So northwestern Italy, just for those who don't know. And Barolo is typically made only from Nebbiolo grapes and has to be aged at least 3 years.
Yes.
And you guys have evolved a little bit since I was last here. And tonight we decanted all 3 wines. At least, 45 minutes now we've been
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's something that's kind of new. You guys haven't been doing that for a while, right?
Yeah, and we've been going on about that too, so I'm glad.
Well,
we
we've
found
definitely learned our lessons because a few times now we've been pleasantly surprised after the fact.
So this first wine is, we didn't even mention the names, it's a Villadoria 2015.
Yep.
Right? Did I get that right?
You did.
So I'll put the bottle up. Whose head's it going to go beside? Right here. Villadoria. I'm going to put a fancy graphic up.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Got it. I don't like that at all.
There we go.
I'm gonna say tastes like it came from a box. It lingers on the palate a bit, but
I believe we should call that finish as opposed to lingering.
well, this lingers.
But
Some things finish. This lingers.
Yeah.
I think last time I was on the show, I used the description that it smelled like my grandmother's closet. So I'm slowly perfecting my wine lingo.
well, I wouldn't be so hard on it. I mean, there's a
Best thing about it's the color.
distinct smell of
Color's good. I like the color.
I'm getting a lot of menthol from it. It smells medicine.
Yeah, thanks for the.
So,
thanks for
I could go with the cherry cough syrup kind of thing.
but I'm not. I think that with a nice meal, this wouldn't be your opinion of it would probably change. Nope.
But yeah,
But different
different
There's
strokes
a
for different
distinct
folks.
smell of cardboard from the box.
Vicks. It's not that bad.
No. Excuse
But
me,
my
Mr.
main
Watson.
notice can be Vicks.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's move on.
So that was
I think we should move on.
That was
Spending
Villadoria,
too much time on
That was
this.
Villadoria.
Too much time.
2015. Now we're going down to 2011. You want to mention the wine we got?
Yes, so the second wine is Beni di Batasiolo. Batasiolo, Riserva.
Batasiolo or Batasiolo? Batasiolo.
Batasiolo. Also from Piedmonte.
Did you say it's Riserva?
It's a Riserva.
So the difference, regular Barolo needs to be aged for 3 years, but a Riserva has to be aged, barrel aged,
More.
5 years.
Yeah, it's 5 years. But
It's dustier.
it's dustier.
Mm.
Yeah, it has that mustiness. It's got a bit of age to it.
That typically Barolo you'll find on the fruit side cherry, plum, but more famously known for combination of anise, leather, and tobacco. And I definitely getting that tobacco.
Same here.
In here.
That's the first thing that popped out.
Now, see, I like this. So this hits the expectations I was looking for. When we're doing Barolos tonight, I'm like, okay, the little pricier wine. I'm gonna get some bang for the buck on this, and I'm like very disappointed. Don't want to do that. This is in line with what I was hoping for. There's definitely a nice. I don't know if it's a plum or cherry, but there's definitely I'm gonna say a cherry darkness to it.
With the first one, you kind of got smacked with the menthol right away.
Yeah.
It throws you off.
Yeah.
But when you smell it right away, you have like 10 different things to try and figure out.
Yeah.
Right? Which
Yeah.
is nice about wine.
It's
On the throat,
it's
it
less-
just goes down so smooth.
it's less in your face
Yeah.
than the previous wine. It's
It's more complicated.
it's more complicated.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's got
Yeah.
a complex nose to it.
And it has the leather tobacco stuff you want in a Barolo that we didn't see in the first one.
And every time you put it up to your nose, there's something different.
You want to dive into number 3 and keep the party going?
Yep.
Keep the ball rolling?
Let's keep it going.
Shall we?
So this is an old wine. We don't have the pleasure of drinking these too often. It's 16 years old. This is Costamagna. They've been making wine, the same family, for 160 years. Basically when they started making proper Barolos around the mid-1800s.
So probably the same time as the Batasiolo. Batasiolo is the
Same
Dogliani
year?
family.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
5 generations.
Wait till you smell this. You want to talk about licorice? Cheers.
It's different again.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
definitely
serious
connect.
black licorice in that. I think leather is the mot du jour. This tastes like a saddle.
But a fine
But
saddle.
expensive
Yeah.
leather saddle. You know what? I anticipated more from it because the color I loved, and then the smell was awesome. So I'm thinking, expected more, and then that's why I keep taking sips, because it's different every sip I take.
Yeah.
And the more I wait and think about it, the more I'm enjoying it.
Mhm.
So I guess that would mean it's complex, but
And interesting.
yeah,
The Beni, like I say, it's very drinkable, very enjoyable. But
Yeah.
the last one, the Costamagna, it's going to challenge you a little bit in a good way.
yeah, that makes sense.
If you're a big wine fan, you like looking for things in your wine, I think this is going to be more fun to explore.
There's a complexity to this one that the other two don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's a finish that's ongoing. Like I haven't had a sip in a few seconds here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's still different stuff. And if I stop talking and enjoy what's going on in my mouth,
Yeah.
I think that that's what we're looking for in wine. Is something that keeps you thinking, keeps you identifying different flavors,
And
different smells.
When you're going to go to Barolo, I think you want something that's fairly tannic, which the third one is much more.
Which you're definitely missing in the second one.
Yeah, it's a little
Right.
almost too,
It's not
too
as
smooth.
complex.
It's an easier drinker, but
Yeah.
it's still good. And this is what's nice about jumping back and forth between
Yeah.
them too.
Now, you know what? If we had a meal in front of us, and
I was just gonna say,
different
how would you
courses.
pair this?
You know what? We could actually have a 5-course meal
Mhm.
using these 3 wines
Mhm.
and pair them perfectly with whatever we're eating.
Almost
And
in
this
the order
wouldn't
we
go-
drank them.
This wouldn't go well with your entree.
No.
This wouldn't go well with your main course.
Right.
But they would all be very good. They are 3
3 totally different wines. I mean,
different
okay,
versions
we're
of
having
the same
3
grape.
Barolos, but wow.
Yeah.
No
And
comparison
even
between
on
the
a,
3.
just a strictly on a tannin level, you know, it's they go from easy, medium to.
But we get some of the same tones in there, some of the same scents.
We sort of had a leathery
out of
bit.
there. There's a
throughout.
leather in all of them. There's an earthiness to all of them, but the complexity as you go from one to the other is incredible. Yeah.
But this one falls below where I expected we would be tonight. I expected something a little better for the
Yeah,
price.
you know what
Maybe I'm cheap, maybe
No.
that's just me. I expected better for the price.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
I was expecting something that was going to blow my socks off.
And no.
Scores for me, I'm going to give a 7, 7.5, and 8, just straight down the line.
Well, not surprisingly, this one I wouldn't buy, so I give that a 4. I really don't like it. And I went with 7 here and 8 here, so we're pretty close on the last 2.
Yeah.
But there's no 9s or 10s in here.
So I'll take this one, thank you,
You can have it.
because I like wine.
But there's no 9s or 10s.
Well, I
don't see a 9 or 10 in here.
Yeah, are
Well,
you
I
going more
dis-
than an 8?
I'm going more than an 8. I'm
Yeah.
going to 8.5 because I really like the complexity of it. I just put it up to my nose again, and in a few seconds I'll try and figure out what I just smelled. But I got peppery
Yeah.
scent to it. There's always something different.
And I just take another smell, it just sits down. for
The last one?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I have this with my meal. It's going to be even
It's a
better
little
than that.
different each time.
So just for its complexity, I'm giving it an 8.5. The Beni, I'm going to give a 7.5, and I'll give a 7 to the Villadoria.
So we pretty much agree.
But price-wise, I'm not buying any of these.
I'd like to thank Dean Clark for joining us for his 3rd visit. You know,
Yep.
we'll link to the Dean episodes below. Just
Absolutely.
For the Dean fans, they can just jump right to
Jump
the Dean
right to
episodes.
the right episodes. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Both of them will probably go there. So
well, you
Well, you have
kids.
2 kids and a wife.
both my kids.
isn't there?
My wife's not watching.
Oh, okay.
I think really like the Cabernet
Is it something I said?
shows. I think we're gonna do
Usually.
more. I think we'll do more Cabernet Sauvignon for your next.
Let's do Cabernet next time. Cabernet's my thing.
Because I think you're a little underwhelmed in general over the Barolos.
I am.
Was your suggestion?
I know it was my suggestion. That's why I had high expectations. This is not drinkable, so we're not even going to talk about it. I gave that a 4. The second one I thought was good. A little light, but I thought it was good. I gave it a 7. And the last one I gave an 8.
Anyways, thanks a lot for joining us, Dean. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
we
great
hope
to be here.
See you again on the Cabernet show coming up in the near future.
Absolutely.
If you want to hit the like button down below, we'd really appreciate that. It helps the channel.
Yep. Thanks
Ron,
for.
what are we doing next weekend? Drinking some wine?
I think that's a great idea, and come start. We really do appreciate the feedback. We really do now.
So you smooth all night, right? No, we're kidding. We're all having
Yeah.
fun here.
Thanks for the feedback. Some of the comments that came back that you guys missed us and we missed you too. Love to hear back from each and every one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Drink
Drink
this.
this.
Or
Drink
maybe
some
not.
Barolo. Don't drink this. Drink this.